PrisonMateLuke, my infatuation, it translating to another form of what you call it.
Today's video is arguably one of the most dangerous videos I'll ever have to record, and as such I'm going to be incredibly careful while making this video as to not cause any further issues to any ongoing legal investigations, while simultaneously presenting all of the evidence to you that I've seen at this time, which is all alleged by the way, and my own opinion based on the evidence I've seen, which could change with time if more information was presented to the situation, and is, to the best of my knowledge, the facts of this situation. This video will be a PSA and awareness for those that could be put in danger based on the information shared in this video. As such, this video should be taken only as a PSA to protect yourself based on the information I'm sharing, and not as a reason to harass someone, witch hunt them, or to engage with them in private. Before I begin, there are a few ground rules I'd like to set out if you're going to watch this video. 1. Disable all your direct DMs on Discord, not just from my server, not just from Tipster's server, not just from any of the other plethora of YouTubers servers that they've come to and sent people these messages if they have any involvement to me at all. Disable your DMs from any server, because this situation could very easily get yourself involved. It's had so many people get reached out to that I've been reached out to by people like Just Stop and Malice and Macarons, who have both claimed that they've received illegal images of children in both of their situations. This is an incredibly dangerous case that needs to be handled incredibly carefully. Do not accept private DMs, do not accept friend requests from everyone, and do not try to seek this person out in any way, or accept their friend requests for trolling them or whatever, because you will implicate yourself in crimes. Do not engage yourself with this situation. With that being said, I'm going to go through every piece of evidence I've seen at this point against my stalker, Awesome Fu, and the whole situation as it is in my mind from the evidence I have seen. With that being said, let's get into it. As a quick rundown without screenshots for those that haven't seen the previous videos on this situation, which you should check if you want to see all the evidence for this, I was reached out to by someone that was a PrisonMateLuke fan that joined my server after our drama and ended up in a VC with me and some other people on my staff team, and in this VC I played games and they ended up just typing in chat because apparently they were mute, and after this conversation they reached out to me in DMs and asked if we could have a romantic relationship, which I didn't feel comfortable with because there was like a 3-year age gap there, and also a power dynamic as I'm a content creator and they were seemingly a fan. So I declined them straight up because I didn't feel comfortable with that relationship to any extent, and they ended up afterwards saying that I led them on and was manipulating them, which has no basis at all, and in all of our conversations which I show, I never once ever made it seem like I was ever interested in a relationship with this person to any extent. After this disagreement, they started posting messages in my server claiming that they were in relationships with people that were double their age, fully grown adults, and were sending and receiving images from them of a sexual nature, which would be incredibly criminal and disgusting and predatory, to which most people tried to support them, and they ended up lashing out against the people that were trying to help them, and ended up getting banned from their server for breaking multiple different rules and making false claims, and sending illicit images. After that, this situation begins, as they decided to make multiple different Discord accounts and started spam joining the server, with some of their accounts even being other people that they'd paid off by sending them illicit images of themselves so that that person would join the server and harass us, sending self-harm images of the minor in question, while gloating the whole time that they would be having a sexual relationship with that minor, which was revolting. And some of the people involved in this have had their own legal investigations that I can't touch upon for legal sake, but as far as I know, they are in a lot of trouble for this behavior. And now, as of more recently, Fu joins my Discord server every day on 30 different accounts, sending self-harm images, sending messages saying that they're in these relationships, endorsing these relationships. They post tweets towards people like Cosmodor, asking Cosmodor to reach out to them and trying to get involvement with Cosmodor so that they can be taken advantage of by Cosmodor and other predators in many different situations. That they watch my channel, they see a predator, and then they decide to reach out to that predator to try and get themselves in a situation where they're being preyed on by that predator, which is incredibly disgusting. And with that brief rundown over, I can now touch upon the new information about this situation, and how this situation has gotten nothing but much worse over time. Now, for reasons that will become more apparent as I continue this story, I'm going to have to censor a lot of the next information discussed. One of my now ex-staff members were reached out to by Awesome Fu's contact, or an associate that they'd made, who reached out to this person and extorted them for information about me and other people while threatening their personal information. They expressed direct interest to harm this person, and also they were manipulating them into sharing all the information they could, getting screenshots from DMs of me and more, so that they could frame this person and me for multiple different things. And when this person refused to go along with their request, just like one of my other staff members, their personal information was posted publicly from this person on their account. Now, this person actually did have more ties to the staff member, which I can't discuss for personal reasons. However, the fact that they were working with Fu, which was acknowledged later on, was a problem, as Fu now has all of this information, and Fu has now been threatening the lives of multiple different staff members with the doxes of their personal information, or what they believe to be the doxes of their personal information, which is an incredibly dangerous position to be put in, as I don't believe that Fu is the age they present themselves to be. Now, Malice and Macarons will explain it perfectly in this post here, but before I go into what Malice actually said, there's something I need to touch on. So, more recently, I wasn't giving Fu any more attention, and their behavior has become more and more desperate. They've started spamming everyone in the server, joining with more and more accounts, posting self-harm in my chats and more, all desperate to get my attention, and incredibly desperate to get a dreg of attention once again, which is so fucking disgusting, but it's completely besides the point. More recently, Braxton just stopped, and Malice and Macarons were reached out to by an awesome Fu account, one of their like 300 that are in my server that have been banned and banned and banned, and they received what can only be described by them as CT and self-harm images from this minor, which is incredibly sickening. Now, Malice and Macarons said it was a little hard to say with some of the images how old the person in there were, however they were all definitely young. I personally would assume they were children dressed up in lingerie and in compromising positions, and of course when paired with the gore links and self-harm images, it does not help. I can also show you the message they attached where they claim to be underage. I don't know if they were trying to imply they were the girl on the images or not, but still put one and one together on the intent on this one. That, and of course the promise of nudes of someone underage in the message sort of does away with the ambiguity of was it intended to be child. They've been messaging me from, at I guess, 10 different socket accounts, sometimes pretending to be a different underage person looking for adults to victimize them. As you can probably tell, I'm very tired. I'm assuming Heimfault is referring to you there too, but their typing is so broken all the time, who knows. And following up on one of your original questions, they contacted me in April with their main Discord account, which is gone now, then followed up with Doofy Cannons on Twitter, or whatever account I kicked them from my Discord with. One more thought, then I gotta pass out. Their weird typing stuff is obviously very fake, but it's even more fake seeing as I've seen them posting like a normal person on Twitter too, and articulating themselves just fine. So I also doubted that they were as young as they said they were a lot of the time, which I do agree with. I doubt that Fu is the age they say they are, because I doubt any 13-year-old, 14-year-old would be able to engage in this behavior, would be able to pull this shit off, and would somehow have all of these connections, would somehow know how to process this, would somehow know how to join these Discord servers, or would do this for any reason. Simultaneously, a lot of their messages, they just randomly break into completely defunct English, which makes no sense when they seem to be having a breakdown, which doesn't correlate with the fact that whether you're having a breakdown or not, it won't affect how you type. You don't forget how to spell when you're having a breakdown. However, I actually got Braxton to come onto this video and talk directly about what they experienced, so I'll pass it to Braxton.
There, I'm just stopped. Harley asked me to give a little bit of a testimony, so I'm going to be doing that. The account that messaged me recently was called Revenge with 3 E's, P123, and they sent me, it would seem, 29 messages. I don't know if they were all images. I did not take the time to look at them, but to put it lightly, the images they sent me were of themselves being harmed, and also presumably of them in not safe for work situations, to put it lightly. I did not see any of these images, or at least that specific set of images. I did unfortunately see some of the harming images, but as soon as I saw that, I made sure to block them, and this is not the first interaction I've had with this person. Up to this point, they've only said things randomly, coming to me with different messages. I tried interacting with them the first time they tried talking to me, tried to talk them out of doing whatever it was they were doing. They didn't send me anything until today, which was highly distressing, but I believe I've been contacted by at least 6 different accounts so far in the past 3 months or so. I don't know if they're still pursuing me or just doing this with everyone, but it is definitely very distressing.
With that being said, I really do appreciate Braxton coming on and filling me in on their experiences. It really did help paint the picture. And if you'd like to go support me financially, you can by clicking the join button down below, and you get one of these 3 icons. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, that'd be highly appreciated as well. And you can also check out my other social media links down below. With that being said, I hope this video has informed you on the situation. I hope this video has helped you understand some of the steps you can take to protect yourself. And I really do just hope that this video hasn't caused more problems than it's resolved. With that being said, thanks for watching. I hope I never have to cover this again. I'll see you next time. Please stop stalking me. Peace.
Says she wanna rock with it like me. I'm a stylish guy. Spend a little guap with it like me. We can catch a fly. Says she wanna rock with it like me.